Well, all right now. Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about smoking wood. I see a lot of people out there on the internet that have quite a bit of interest in smoking meats and smoking wood and that type of thing in the firewood community. So I thought I'd just take a minute and talk about these different woods now. Also, I want to mention that there is a contest going on in this video, so feel free to enter the contest. What the deal is for the first 350 people that leave a super chat on this video, you have also realized that you have the right to leave a comment on the video. Now, out of the first 100 comments, 50 of those people also realize they have the right to comment on my next video. So it's a pretty big contest, big deal we got going on here, and should be creating a little bit of hype now. So feel free, leave a super chat and get entered into that contest to leave a comment. All right, now, so we're going to talk about these different smoking woods here, and the differences in some of these woods, because there's a different flavor in all of these different smoking woods now. And I want to mention first off that if you want to taste a difference and just have an easy way to do it and taste the difference in smoking woods, there's a brand of bacon called Wright Bacon. It's a W-R-I-G-H-T, Wright Bacon. And they're all over the internet. They're in most grocery stores across the country, but they make 3 different types of bacon now, and they have applewood and hickory and maple, and that's probably sugar maple or hard maple, but I'm not sure. Anyways, you can buy those 2 or 3 different kinds of bacons and just fry up, say, hickory and applewood, and taste the difference, and you will be amazed. There is certainly a palatable difference there on the difference in flavor. So people like different things, and really good chefs that know this stuff. They have their preferences on what they like to use in their restaurant and that type of thing. So we're going to get right into this. I bought these chips right here, and I'm sorry I used all my other bags. I had planned on bringing all the other bags down and showing every bag, but I have used them all, and I bought a variety pack of these. This is by Moe's Barbecue. It's M-O''S Barbecue. Now, I think that company may have went out of business, and that's unfortunate because these were some good wood chips. But I went online and looked. They do have a Facebook page now, and when you click on their link to their store on their website, it's not a valid link. There's nothing coming up at all. It says the server's not available or something of that nature. So either their server's down or they're no longer available. But they do have a Facebook page, and there's a phone number. And there's other companies that have very similar things. If you go look on the web for smoking chips variety bags, you can find these bags. But I'm just saying, this is Moe's brand, and I can't find them available anymore. So the last post on their Facebook page was from 2016. So something tells me that they have gone about other business ventures now. So anyways, I bought a really nice variety pack from them, and there's some similar ones out there, but they don't have as much variety as this one has. The first bag in this variety pack was applewood, and like I said, that Wright Bacon has applewood, and it said that the apple was good for fish and poultry. Now, you could use it, I'm sure, for other things. It's just a smoky flavor, but like beech, for example, is another wood that they say is not a good wood for beef or meat or ribs or that type of thing, but it has more of a mild smoke and is better for a fish type of smoking. So you'd have to be the judge on that, on what you prefer or whatever. But so that's the first one is applewood, and it was good. I used that bag, and I used it on a variety of different chicken and things. It didn't bother me. And then the next one in that variety pack, and it came in these bags like this, but I have so much wood, it was cherry. Now this is a piece of cherry wood, and you might be able to see the color in it. Now just a little block of cherry wood like this is enough to do a lot of smoking. If you just take a hatchet and and cut that into slivers there. You can just throw a chunk of that in. It doesn't take much at all. I mean, you could just throw that in your smoker and get some good wood flavor out of that cherry wood. So cherry is really good for all kinds of meats, certainly beef, ribs, whatever. Great on chicken, and everybody knows how good cherry is. I get a lot of barbecue people that request cherry wood. And the next one is maple that came in that variety pack. Now, I should have grabbed maple. I have maple wood all over the place, but I didn't grab any. That's just the way I do things around here sometimes. But I assume it's probably hard maple, but I don't think, I mean, if you were going to have a campfire and do hot dogs or hamburgers or whatever, there's nothing wrong with soft maple. It's a good hardwood that just makes a nice smoke and some nice heat. You wouldn't really want to use like pine, probably, or cedar or pine or something like that. You wouldn't really want to use that for your kids to. You certainly could. It wouldn't be a problem, and I'm sure it happens all the time. But hardwoods are better for your smoking and cooking woods. So maple was also in that variety pack, and I used it all, and I'm sure it's a good smoke for. It's probably recommended for something or other, fish or poultry or whatever. But I would use it on hamburgers or steaks or anything really, probably. So maple's good too, but it doesn't quite have the flavor and the je ne sais quoi that you're going to get out of a cherry or an apple or a hickory. So it will work, but it's just kind of a nice woody smoke that you get. The same thing with ash. You could use ash as a nice smoking wood, and it's got a nice smell to it, and it'll give you a nice smoky flavor. It's not a bad wood, but it doesn't have that really unique cherry or hickory or apple type of flavor coming out of it. It's just kind of a nice hardwood smoke there. So moving right along in that variety pack, the next thing that they had was a bourbon barrel wood, and that's what this is here. It's a ground up bourbon barrel wood, and they recommended this for pork and beef. Yeah, pork is the other one. You can make pork chops or tenderloins or whatever there now. And this bourbon barrel wood was pretty good. I think they use oak to make barrels, and then it's soaked in that bourbon for years, and then you can use it in your smoker. So that was also really good, and that's a little bit harder to find now. So you'd have to get you'd have to buy that special. A lot of people aren't going to have that bourbon barrel wood, but that's a nice bag, and I've been trying to kind of conserve it. I stopped using it because I have so much other wood. I haven't even been using that, but you throw a handful of that in your smoker, and it gets a real nice flavor in there, that bourbon barrel wood. And next in that value pack, they had mesquite. Now, I remember the mesquite, and I think it's recommended for poultry and beef. You could certainly use it on pork too. I think would be fine. It wasn't really my favorite. Mesquite's a pretty good smoking wood, and I mean, if you're going to source something locally yourself, I mean, if mesquite is in your area, it's a good wood to have and use on your grill and everything. It's not terrible at all. It's just a smoking wood. Again, it's not my personal favorite. It's just kind of a hardwood smoke. It doesn't have that, like I said, that nice sweet flavor of a cherry or a hickory or an apple, or that bourbon barrel even. But so the final one that we have is hickory. Well, I also have this one I want to talk about. But this is a piece of shagbark hickory, and I just brought it in to show you. I mean, a piece of wood like this, one piece of firewood, you could cut that into. Take an axe and cut that into a bunch of chunks, and that would last a long time. All you need is a handful to throw in with a pizza or a smoker or something, unless you have a wood-fired smoker and you're going to burn only wood. I mean, if you use like hardwood lump charcoal and then you throw a couple handfuls of that in there, you get some flavor out of it. So it just depends on what kind of smoker you have and how you want to do all that stuff now. But hickory... This particular tree right here was a very delicious tree. It lets off a really nice flavor, and hickory is one of the top favorite smoking woods. You can get that in that right bacon. There's all kinds of hickory smoked bacon out there. It's all over the place. It's good stuff. I just love that bacon. Hickory it's good with all kinds. Pork, beef, ribs, you name it, whatever. Maybe you could use it on fish. Maybe it wouldn't be that great on fish. It just depends on your own personal taste there. But I can see where fish would be. You'd want something a little more mild, just kind of a light smoky. So I mean, the maple would be good with fish probably. The beech, like I said, maybe even an ash would be good with fish. But you may not want to really overdo it with something really heavy with fish. Anyways, just kind of a thought there. But hickory is one of the kings, and also oak. Oak is another one. I think white oak is kind of what people prefer for smoking. They're all good, but oak is another good one, and you can certainly make a fire and cook some food on some oak wood. And there's all kinds of hardwood lump charcoal that's made out of oak, and they don't tell you what kind of oak they use. They just say oak, usually hardwood oak charcoal. Hopefully it's probably white oak, but there's no telling really unless you called the company and asked them, or they happen to know, because they could be using red oak, white oak, pin oak, who knows. I mean, they could just say oak. There's many varieties of oak out there. I'm not going to name them all, but you guys all know that. Anyways, and the last one I wanted to talk about, I got these Budweiser, and I have talked about beechwood. So yeah, this is beechwood, and it's good for fish and stuff. Now this is not my favorite either, and this is Budweiser brand, so it has been, I think it's been like soaked in beer also. So this was a pretty unique one here. Yeah, made 100% beechwood. And I'm not sure if they soak that in the beer or not, but Budweiser is beechwood aged, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go through this and read it right now, but I just had this. I've already talked about beechwood, and that's what this one is. So sorry for the confusion there, but I did have some beechwood, and I've used this a lot. It's not my favorite. It just kind of adds some type of smoky kind of aroma to the food. It will add smoke flavor, but it's not. You don't really get anything special out of it. It's just kind of a smoky deal there now. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I would recommend trying it, because I certainly did notice differences. When I had this variety pack here, I put a bunch of boneless chicken thighs on the smoker, and I could certainly tell from one week to the next if I did it with cherry, and then I used mesquite. I could just say I didn't really like that mesquite as much. It was just kind of a smoky blandness, whereas maybe the cherry or the hickory, you get a real robust, unique flavor out of it, and the apple was pretty good too. But yeah, so do it. Buy that bacon if you want an easy way of doing it. Test it out, and you'll be able to see firsthand the differences in the smoke now. And if you want to do it yourself, you can use your own cherry wood and some hickory and maple or whatever. And like I said, if you buy your own or have your own firewood, a chunk like that will last for for a long time, depending upon how much you smoke and what kind of smoky you have and that type of thing. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to talk about that and run through that today. Sorry I didn't have an example of that hickory, or of the maple, but I have maple all over the place. If you want to see me cutting maple, it's all over my channel. Go watch another video. It'll be linked at the end of this. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe now, and I'll see you guys next time.